finishing up the timing belt balance shaft install. So I've waited a day. I haven't touched the walk blocker from KS Tune. I haven't rotated the belt. Double check my tension. I am kind of thinking I have it a little tight. Maybe I'll change that up. I went ahead and bought this Dorman counterbalance shaft seal retainer kit, and that's part number 917 TAC 006. That's on your exhaust side balance shaft. It's like a metal retainer that helps, well, retain the balance shaft seal. I'm not sure if that is an actual OEM I look at a lot of the parts from OEM, like blueprints as they were, P&IDs, and I don't see an object like that stock. So I wanted to get one so that I could have the confidence that the seal's being retained, as it were. So I just put that in. Probably not the most difficult thing you'll ever do, but the kit comes with an oil dipstick O-ring, which made me happy because I didn't have one. Comes with the retaining style clip that uses a bolt and just slides in. You can go online and see what that looks like. It's just a metal like C with a spot for a bolt. Got a few items OEM. I got the 19mm bolt in, which I don't think needed to be, but I'm going to replace it since I put a lot of torque on it and a lot of beat the hell out of it to get it off of the car. And that number is 90017 TAC Romeo Juliet Alpha TAG 003. This is an OEM 19mm crankshaft bolt. And then the car's never had it since I've owned it, but there is a rubber grommet seal item that goes between the transmission and the block. It's your little rubber view port for the timing on the flywheel. That part number is 11109 TAC PK2 TAC 010. So I received those. We're ready to put this stuff back together. We'll get the balance shaft in, line up everything on that gearing. This isn't going to be extremely in-depth. I know the video's getting long, but I don't want to go too crazy on the timing belt. There are plenty of videos out there on these H22s with timing installs. I'm sure you can put it together. If you have any questions or comments, put it down in the comment section. If you have any tips or something maybe I've done wrong, hey, don't hesitate to put a comment section down. You know, boom, hey man, you messed this up, or that's not how we do it. So anyway, we're going to tally this up and put it back together, get that engine mount in, get that valve cover back in, and etc. etc. So all right YouTube, so got a bit of a bind here. Finished up the timing belt and I was ready to start putting the valve cover on and get my alternator bracket on, excuse me, and then my power steering here, get everything all buttoned back up. Man, this car is so close to getting ready. Well, as you can tell, this is the bracket that houses a type of extension for the Jackson supercharger that comes across here, and I'm trying to figure out what happened. And what happened was that 2 out of the 4 bolts that holds that bracket up for the alternator, well, they decided to strip on me. Unfortunately, yes, unfortunately, just an easy process. 4 bolts. Well, since 2 of them are bad, I'm pretty much screwed, right? So gonna go ahead and we're gonna fix that. And the process of doing that, I'm gonna have to use those helicoils and then give it a shot. The only other option I have is to upgrade bolt size and new holes on the bracket, on the spacer, and unfortunately that really sucks. What are you gonna do? So on this one, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to repair the bottom two bolts, bolt holes, so that I can use the stock length bolts, same size, the M10 by 10.1.25. That's the thread. That's what I'm going to be repairing tonight. Going to get that fixed. Don't have a lot of room. I do have an angle pneumatic drill. I'm going to be using a 13/32 drill bit. I tried to find a stubby, couldn't really find it, so I ended up getting with the standard length. I think it's like 6 inch or 5.5 inch. So let's see what just giving it a quick try with the drill bit and the angle drill, see if I can get everything in there without having to move my exhaust, all that good stuff. So let's see what happens. This is the kit that I purchased, and I got this from Amazon for 30 bucks, I think it was. Pretty inexpensive. Alternate options is to go up in a bolt to like a M12. So easy coil. It's not a helicoil, but they're all about the same. Good reviews on this product. Comes with 20, and they're 20 millimeters deep. The hole I measured from without the bracket installed, I measured was about 32. Now I do feel that the bolt is tapped. It's capable of grabbing some threads, so I'm just going to go with the 20. This is the largest one I could find. It recommends you use it says on the back, it recommends that you use a 10.3 millimeter drill bit, and honestly that is converted to a 13/32 drill bit, which I have. So here's that kit. It's for the M10, and it's a 1.25. So hopefully this will resolve the issue. If not, we're going to be drilling out that hole for the M12 bolt, and then drilling the bracket and drilling the spacer plate for the supercharger. Hopefully we don't have any issues with anything else, and we'll continue on. So that's just a little bit of more information. Maybe it's useless to you, maybe you've never had this problem, but I'm hoping this resolves it. Okay, so the two holes, here's one that I just drilled out, and I drilled and tapped and inserted the helicoil / easy coil, easy tap, whatever they want to call them nowadays. So again, that's an M10 1.25. Recommends you use a 13/32, and unfortunately I didn't have a 13/32. Well, I do, but I don't have one that fits this angle drill. I have one just below it. It's 1/64 of an inch below the 13/32. And that is a 25/64 of an inch. And to be honest with you, it worked perfect. It doesn't super chew away at it like I thought maybe the 13/32 might have, but it did create a large enough gap for the easy coil tap. This bad boy, it went in flawlessly. I took precautions. I pre-oiled or pre-lubed. I inserted it and tried to be as flush, level, plumb, perpendicular, parallel, whatever you want to call it, against the block. Went in smooth. I cut the threads. I brought it out about 3 times just to ensure I got all the junk out of there, and I went ahead and inserted that one, threaded in, verified with the caliper that everything is within reach and it holds. So far so good. We're going to finish tapping this one and we'll move on. So yeah, I covered the valve cover, and as you can tell I had to lower the exhaust down holding it up. But yeah, this worked really good. I got this angle drill, and this is a 25/64, which didn't take as much meat off of it, but still worked flawlessly. Like I said, they recommend a 10.3 millimeter drill bit, but this 25/64 is like a 9.983 or something millimeters, so that's pretty darn close. Since it didn't, the drill bit did not fit in this as I was supposed to, but it does a shy small. This is a 3/8. Should have known. That's just the way this is going. Anyway, as you can see, that's where we're at. Alrighty, brackets in place. Threads have been cut. New coil inserts in place. Bolts tightened up. 36 foot-pounds on each one. Okay, so these are 14 millimeter heads. You have the 3 long ones, the 2 bottom, the 1 off to the nearest to the exhaust, and this is a shorter, just in case you wanted to know. I believe these are 60 millimeter in length, and this one's 50. So just keep that in mind. We're gonna go ahead and seal up that valve cover and start installing the JRSC Racing supercharger. And then we can figure out what other mistakes we can make in the process. So let's see what else we can do. All right, YouTube. So I test fit the bracket for the JRSC Racing supercharger, which is this, the jack shaft that mounts to the intake manifold, the plenum, as it were. So we have this bolt hole here that goes to the spacer, which is attached to the bracket for the alternator, right? Well, I mounted this on and I have interference. Something's different. Well, what's different? It's this bad boy right here. This motor mount for the driver's side is definitely different, right? I had to cut off just a sliver of the corner here. I don't think it'll interfere with the integrity of this bad boy since it's pretty stout at all. In fact, it's just meeting up with I outlined it, took a marker and I outlined it. It matches up to the head mount. It's like a bracket that sticks out from the head. This matches up. Integrity here, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see where the washer, because it has a slight indentation there. So I had to modify this to meet my needs so I could fit this back on. Just wanted to give you that pointer. If you decide to get an ESP, I don't think they make custom JRSC Racing supercharger mounts. If they did, I wish they would have told me. But hey, what's that little sliver, right? Looks good to me.